Hello, hello. So let's see what's going on over here. It says here, comedian Bill Burr said he hates liberals at his Berkeley gig. Oh no. Bill Burr's anti-liberal routine roared at uber liberal college, UC Berkeley. He went all in on the jokes about social issues such as Gaza and trans rights. Ooh. Hot button issues. Bill Burr performed his liberal bashing stand-up comedy set at the notoriously hyper-progressive UC Berkeley, but with uh, met met roaring applause. Was met with roaring applause from the sold-out crowd, probably because they're Bill Burr fans. And I doubt he really went all in on the bashing liberals. He probably chose a very specific type of liberals that is easy for people to be like, okay, I'm not that kind, and then moved on with it. Um, all honesty, like Bill Burr is my favorite comedian, but dude is not, he's not that guy. Like he'll criticize everyone for the most inane kind of things, but he'll never really do anything of like real substance, like take a stance on anything. Uh, so I don't expect him to be like full on like I hate liberals. He probably went into specifics. Like he did that for the opener shock, and then he went into the specifics. I don't believe he actually stood on anything. On Saturday, the veteran comedian, who is not one to shy away from controversy, doubled down on his jokes about verbally abusing his wife. I doubt that's the way he put it. I doubt that highly. The war in Gaza, transgender rights, and child molestation, molestation, but not without intention. Rather than picking a fight with the audience or campaigning against cancel culture, his jokes towed the line. Called it, with each joke serving a purpose, not for the sake of provoking an audience with already cemented opinions. Didn't take a stance. With that said, Burr refused to censor any part of his set and made it clear about where he stood politically. I effing hate liberals, Burr said bluntly, referring specifically to white hypocritical liberals. White people, it's okay to hate white people, and most people hate hypocrites. Didn't take a stance. Chose a very specific, nuanced group that everyone can agree is terrible. And no one thinks it's them because who believes they're a hypocrite, right? Just disappointing. Berg called out political inactivism on the left, arguing that their undying allegiance to the cause is in some cases merely for show. Yes. For example, he criticized the performative act of some white people to display Black Lives Matter signs without engaging in the hard work of dismantling white supremacy. What? What's the hard work of dismantling white supremacy, homie? Hmm? What's that? Causing a goddamn civil war? That's like if I told you my great grandmother in Germany had a knock it off Nazi sign. Your grandmother would be no more. She didn't take a hard stand. She took a hard dirt nap. And he didn't stop there. He was just getting started on his next topic, self-proclaimed empaths. As he said, they are the kind of people who like making other people's suffering about themselves. Mm, I would disagree. I don't think they make other people suffering about themselves. I think they see other people's suffering as an easy way to either ingratiate themselves with that person if they want, a favor or some sort of to ingratiate. They just want some sort of social brownie points. So, and a weakness is easy to identify with a person that's suffering something, and it's easy to just go to them and be like, "Oh, I care." It's simple. It's easy. If you run into a white person who says they're an empath, run the other way. No, it's not necessary. In fact, a white person that thinks they're an empath is an easy person to fool. That's why people like to sell things to them, like crystals and astrology. He was quick to point it out. Quick to point it out. Pointed out. That doesn't make sense. Quick to point it out. Mm-mm-mm. The Berkeley crowd laughed at his jokes about President Biden's cognitive decline. A response, he said, was not as PC as the students claimed to be. I mean, making fun of Biden is not anything new, I don't think. Despite all of his jokes aimed at making fun of the liberal agenda of the students, he was still met with high energy and laughter and support because he was performing to fans. There were already fans of him before, especially when he told the audience he's been taking psychedelic mushrooms. This is why, despite Bill Burr being my favorite comedian, I don't really respect him because he's definitely a liberal. He's definitely on that side of the line. He's definitely a contrarian. And the man just lacks masculinity at a high degree. He has, he projects the kind of energy of a guy that's always respected a masculine man, but knows he can never be that. And as a comedian, he's great. But as a man, I just can't respect him, man. I just can't. Is just he also got some brownie points for poking fun of common enemy of Silicon Valley and an insufferable tech pro trope. Yeah. Yeah. I tried listening to his podcast and just hearing the interactions with his wife is just like, God damn, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. You married a person like that? Is like the self hatred and putting himself down and uh, and then her just dumping on him and the it's just disgusting. I hate the term tech bro. They aren't bros, they're nerds, and they're way more dangerous. He said, pointing out that they aren't bros at all. I just can't. He spared no expense when it came to roasting the heckler. Not even what the hell? Burr saved his hardest jabs for a heckler wearing a Lakers jersey in the front row, the direct competitor to the Bay Area based majority. Oh, the Celtics sucks, do they? It's a random thing. Why would you go to a comedy show and talk about the Celtics? All right. It's probably not. The show was such a nothing that this guy just talking about the heckler like it was the height of the show. Uh, Anyways, man, until next time. But Bill Burr is still my favorite comedian. I don't respect him. It's unfortunate. Yeah. So later.